This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Well, it's now official that Deontay Wilder has the business sense of an absolute worm. So, he's going to be fighting Dominic Breazeale on ShowTime on May the 18th at the Barclays Centre for free, not pay-per-view. Well, of course it's not going to be pay-per-view because he's not a pay-per-view star. He never was. He never will be without Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. He's just not a pay-per-view fighter, but other fighters are. Wilder isn't. Hence the reason why it's going to be on ShowTime for free. It's not pay-per-view. So in a sense, boxing fans win, okay? You don't have to pay to watch it. Of course you don't. So that's good news as far as that goes. But why did they do that? Because they knew it would do record low numbers. I'll say it again, because he's not a pay-per-view star. So rather than save him the embarrassment, that's what it is. Now, again, why do I say he's got the business sense of a worm? Well, very simple. He's turned down $100 million from DAZN with his own words because ShowTime is my family and I am my own boss. I don't answer to anybody, all that kind of thing, which in some ways is a good thing. You know, you should always do what you feel right for your own career, that's for sure. But it's $100 million that we're talking about and guaranteed Joshua fight. So, what's going to happen now? He's going to fight Dominic Breazeale. Hopefully Dominic Breazeale knocks him out. Then Dominic Breazeale goes and gets that DAZN money and has undisputed against Anthony Joshua. Let's wait and see if that happens, okay? So, he's turned down $100 million. He didn't even announce any kind of deal with ShowTime. None whatsoever. I mean, had he been smart, he'd have insisted that the fight goes on Fox Sports. Because at least then, you're going to get excellent numbers rather than good numbers. Because on ShowTime, he's going to get good numbers. It's boxing. People will tune in for boxing. Okay? He's way down the pecking order as far as people in his own country. He's way behind Canelo. He's way behind Triple G. He's way behind Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao. The list goes on and on and on. So, of course, it's going to be on free, but it should have been on Fox Sport. So, was there any kind of explanation to it as to why he didn't sign for DAZN? No, not really. Quite clearly, I mean, he's saying how he's his own boss, he makes his own decisions, but ultimately, because Haymon and Shelly Finkel told you that you can't, isn't it, Wilder? Yes, you did. You're not allowed to, are you? No, that's right. You see, which one of those guys is Django? I think we know which one it is, right? Very simple. Now, you see, Wilder is the puppet for them guys. Listen, whatever it is. Now, I'm not saying he's getting paid small money. He's not. Of course not. He's a professional boxer. He gets paid very good money. But in comparison to what he could have got, he's getting paid a poor man's wage. A poor man's wage. And ultimately, is this an interesting fight? Not really. No, it's not an interesting fight. But to be fair to Wilder, this isn't the fight that he asked for. This isn't the fight that he wants. There's a bit of interest due to the history of these guys, that's for sure. But Wilder, you know, he's doing his usual ranting and raving on there about how he's the baddest man on the planet and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he has no interest in giving his fans what it is that they want. Undisputed fight, the best fights available. He had the ideal opportunity, but didn't want to do it. But, of course, all these fanboys, they'll make up some kind of excuses. There is no excuse in the world why this man should turn down $100 million for 3 fights. And I've heard some people saying about how this is not a $100 million fight. This is a $200 million fight. This is a $300. Stop pulling numbers out of the air just to defend this man. This man is a fraud of a champion. He's been lying to you for a long time, and I've told you that he's lying. He has no interest in fighting Joshua. He's scared to death of him. He had every opportunity to prove me and millions of other people around the world wrong. All he had to do was take the AJ fight. He's had multiple offers, didn't want to do it. Because it's all about legacy, right? It's not about the money. Yeah, right, okay, of course it's not. But now, of course, he's going to pretty much insist on AJ having to go to ShowTime. Who can't afford him without going to BT Sport? Again, history has shown that. Personally, as I said, I think Finkel's talked him out of it. That's how much of a weak-minded character this person is. And of course, a section of his fan base, weak-minded. Are you still going to defend this man? Are you still going to defend him? He's turned down $100 million. I've no idea what the ESPN offer was. No idea whatsoever. I would imagine it's probably around about the same as Tyson Fury. But he's turned it down. Listen, when you're used to cheeseburgers, what you don't have is caviar. Okay? What you don't have, you don't miss, you don't need. Okay? That's exactly how it is. He's a poor man's boxer. He's not a people's champion. Even in the press conference, he's talking about killing the man, saying how Dominic Breazeale should hire a funeral director and things like that. I mean, you see, Wilder, this is why people don't like you. This is why people can't want you. This is why you are not a star. I did a video earlier on today where it's voted that, even Stephen Espinosa said it on stage, that how he is the most popular fighter in the world right now. But they left out the point that because his name is always linked with somebody, as in Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. So his name is always in the news. When Tyson Fury puts out something about Wilder, it gets retweeted. So, of course, Wilder is always linked with somebody. He needs to piggyback off somebody. And it's only for 2.5 months, by the way. It's not like, it's been going on for a long time. No, this is 2019, Stephen Espinosa. Get it right. So, it's confirmation that he's been ducking. I don't want to hear no excuses. None whatsoever. I know people don't like hearing it, but he is letting you guys, the fans, down. He doesn't want to bring you the fight. He just doesn't want to do it. He's going to talk about Anthony Joshua. He's going to talk about Tyson Fury. Why? For hype for this fight. But listen, I've had enough of him, that's for sure. And I know a lot of you guys do. So for me, I think that people should boycott all his fan channels. In all honesty, boycott his fan channels. Do not give them the views. Don't do it. Because they don't know that they're getting views because you guys are just laughing at them. They don't know that. They think that they're doing a good job. So if you let them know, and that includes the Wilder fans as well, you need to let them know with your silence on them that this is not good enough. It will get back to Wilder, that people aren't happy. If you want the best for Wilder, you need to let him know. These fan channels, they feel like they're in control of Wilder's career. Maybe they are. Maybe this is why. Because he is weak-minded. He's not a leader. That is for sure. He's a follower. He's followed Shelly Finkel. He's followed Al Haymon. He's done what he's told like a good little boy. He really has. And of course, when you got Wilder and Brazile on stage as well, you got Wilder's little brother, the little rat, bring on the gimp Wilder, Marcellus, bring on the gimp, trying to mouth off at Don Brazile. Marcellus, don't mouth off at anyone. You got smoothed out by a journeyman, okay? Don't dare mouth off at anyone, okay? Doesn't matter what you do in your career now, you got smoothed out by a journeyman. And hopefully Dominic Breazeale smooths out Deontay Wilder, so then we can have that WBC title released at long last. Get it released, and then Dominic Breazeale can treat that belt with the respect that it's been missing for a long time, which is defending it against worthy opposition, something Wilder's never done. Because Brazile will have a rematch with Anthony Joshua. Yes, rematch, for those who don't know. Anthony Joshua has already beaten Dominic Breazeale. He knocked him out in 7 rounds when Anthony Joshua had glandular fever. Okay, so yes, he's fighting Anthony Joshua's leftovers in Dominic Breazeale. People can say, but Anthony Joshua, he defeated Eric Molina, who was a leftover for Deontay Wilder. Yeah, at what stage did he do it? Was it his 19th or 20th fight, something like that? No, 18th fight. It was his 18th fight, took on Eric Molina. That was Deontay Wilder's, 36th fight? So, look at that one. And he smoothed him out in half time. So, is this a fight that's interesting? No, not at all. And as I said, any true Wilder fan out there, you need to boycott the fan channels. You need to stop watching them. Do not give them a single view. I know it's funny. I know what they talk is complete crap. And it is hilarious. But you need to let them know that this is not good enough. What you want of your champion is for him to be fighting proper opposition. This is a stupid move. If you are a real fan of his, that's exactly what you'll do. For those of you who are not Wilder fans, again, stay away from all those channels. Don't give them the views. Just don't do it, because they don't realise that they're doing no wrong. They just don't realise that they're doing wrong, sorry. Anyway, that's what it is. So Deontay Wilder has officially ducked $100 million, guaranteed AJ fight. to fight on free-to-air Showtime boxing. I said it's good for fans. Big up Showtime, that's for sure. Somehow they managed to convince this guy, but to be honest, he shouldn't take too much. Not the smartest guy in the world, is he? That's for sure. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.